Hi guys, Justin here, Figatech, and the OPPO A92 is the latest addition to OPPO's A series of smartphones. And this one carries a total of 5 cameras, a Snapdragon 665 chip, 8GB of RAM, and a massive 5000 mAh of battery. Now I'm not gonna lie, you can find all those specs in its predecessor, the OPPO A9 2020. So let's see what's changed, really, and if it can keep up with the market today. But first, let's unbox it. Okay, the box is set now, and lifting up the lid, we have a smaller box like usual, where we can find the manuals, a clear case, and its SIM ejector tool. Then below that, we have the phone itself, the adapter, a USB Type-C cable, and earphones. Design-wise, the A92 has that 3D curved glass stick back with concentric circle design. The unit we have is in the twilight black color, and it's also available in Aurora purple and shining white. Actually, it's nice to notice some curved sides so it's easier to grip. However, it might take some getting used to if you're not used to large phones, as this one comes in at 6.5 inches. You'll also find here at the back its quad rear cameras along with its LED flash. On the right is the power button, which is also the fingerprint sensor, while on the left are the volume rocker and a card tray for 2 nano SIM cards and a micro SD card up to 256GB. The buttons are made of plastic, but they're firm, clicky, and well positioned, so they're easier to reach. At the bottom, we have the 3.5mm audio jack, primary microphone, USB Type-C port, and a loudspeaker. Overall, the A92 can be a little hefty, but it feels solid. At the same time, pristine thanks to a more modern design that's definitely trending in the smartphone industry today. Talk about display, we get a 6.5-inch Full HD Plus IPS LCD screen with a resolution of 2400 by 1080 pixels. While the bezels and the chin are still similar with the A9 2020, it's stepping away from the dewdrop notch, as this one gets a punch hole on the top left corner of the screen to house its 16-megapixel front camera. The display quality is fine for day-to-day use. We get vibrant colors, decent viewing angles, sharp details for reading, and great brightness under direct sunlight. And as OPPO's longtime feature, you can also adjust the screen temperature in the settings to whatever your eyes prefer. As for audio, the OPPO A92's earpiece also functions as a loudspeaker, complementing the downward firing speaker. The combination is enough to fill a room and still manages to deliver decent audio. But the audio profile leans more on the mid, so better take advantage of the headphone jack if that's not your thing. Moving on to performance, the A92 is packed with a Snapdragon 665 together with an Adreno 610 GPU, 8GB of RAM, and 128GB of internal storage. On paper, it seems to be a fair mid-range smartphone. It can handle basic tasks such as messaging, reading, browsing the web, checking social media. However, try not to run too many apps in the background to avoid a laggy experience. When it comes to gaming performance, it's quite disappointing. Despite OPPO boasting its Hyper Boost engine, we've noticed some frame drops even at the lowest settings. Now, taking a look at these benchmark scores, they're not the best that you can get in this price range, but it still provides a good experience. The A92 runs on Android 10, skinned with ColorOS 7.1, and we find it highly customizable, and it packs a lot of OPPO's native apps too. If you've been an OPPO user, you won't lose your way around. There is an app drawer option in the settings, and you can easily adjust the navigation buttons the way you want them to be arranged. Now quickly on security, you can unlock the phone via the side-mounted fingerprint scanner and its face unlock. Both work well. They're snappy, so you can definitely rely on them. Keeping this device running is a massive 5000 mAh battery with support for 18 watts fast charging. In our PC Mark's battery test, we got a total of 11 hours and 47 minutes. Meanwhile, in our standard video loop test, which involves looping a 1080p video at 50% brightness, 50% volume, headphones plugged in, and airplane mode turned on, we yielded a total of 17 hours and 20 minutes. I know it's quite disappointing considering as well that we got a few hours higher from the A9 2020. battery. But for real-world usage, that huge battery, I can assure you guys that the A92 can last you a whole day of continuous use with casual gaming. So it will really depend on how you use it on a day-to-day basis. Okay, it's time to talk about the cameras. As I've said earlier, you get a total of 5 cameras for the A92. At the back is a quadruple setup composed of a 48 megapixel main, an 8 megapixel ultrawide, a 2 megapixel macro, and a 2 megapixel depth sensor. While on that punch hole is a 16 megapixel selfie shooter. Photos taken from the rear cameras look good, especially under natural lighting. Photos come out sharp with accurate colors as we would like them to be. But the edge detection in portrait shots needs a little more work with the background blur. When it comes to low light shots, we're actually impressed with OPPO's new night mode as it does improve the quality of shots in certain dark situations. With less noise, details are present, and there's just about the right amount of sharpness to the images. Selfies also look fairly good. We get great details, colors, and skin tones, but it still struggles under poor lighting conditions. Although there's definitely some skin smoothing going on even without the beauty mode turned on. And with the AI option on, selfies look decent as well. And when it comes to videos, you can shoot up to 4K at 30 frames per second, and it also has EIS for stabilized videos. The only downside here is that switching from ultrawide to normal during recording is not applicable. Now let's talk about price. For 15,990 pesos, it's quite reasonable for what it's offering. Now with all that being said, would I recommend this smartphone? Well, it's hard to put this phone towards the top of the list considering its aging processor and almost the same specs to the A9 2020. Plus, let's face it, the competition is tough. There are devices out there that can deliver better performance for the same price. But after all, the OPPO A92 is a reliable everyday performer with a large display, a premium looking design, decent cameras, a massive battery, and a good dual stereo speaker that you can't find in any other smartphones at this kind of price point. If you're really a fan of OPPO, then sure, why not? The OPPO A92 delivers without breaking the bank too much. And if you're admittedly not into gaming or other heavy activities and are still hunting for a new premium mid-range smartphone today, then we think you should add this to your consideration. And that's it for this video. How about you? What do you think of the OPPO A92? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to our channel for more content, hit that bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads, and be sure to visit yugatech.com for the latest tech news and reviews. Once again, this is Justin, and don't forget to wash your hands and stay at home.